Question 18. What is the formal charge of the central atom in the hydronium ion? H3O+. So first we should draw the Lewis structure of that compound. And we know that hydrogen can only be attached to one thing, so it only makes sense that all three hydrogens would be attached to an oxygen in the middle. So let's count up how many electrons we need to use, okay? Well, we have three hydrogens, which is basically 1 plus 1 plus 1, plus an oxygen, that gives us 6, and then minus 1, because the H3O ion has a plus charge. So we have 1, 2, 3, 9, 8 electrons to use. Okay, so far I've used 2, 4, 6. So I have to put an extra pair of electrons somewhere. I can't put any lone pairs on the hydrogens. I can't put any double bonds to a hydrogen. So I have to put the last 2 electrons here on the oxygen. So now I can use a pretty simple formula for calculating the formal charge. Just to clarify, I've used 2, 4, 6, 8 electrons, which is what I was supposed to do. Okay, so the formal charge is 6 because it's an oxygen, then minus the number of electrons, so 1, 2, minus the number of bonds, so 1, 2, 3 equals 1. So the charge of the formal charge of the oxygen is plus 1. And so this whole thing is H3, which makes sense because this whole thing is H3O plus. And the thing about formal charges is that the formal charge of every atom has to add up to the formal charge of the whole compound. So this is H3O with 1 positive, so the formal charge of everything should add up to 1 positive. So if we look at this hydrogen, for example, so the formal charge of the hydrogen is, you start with 1 because it's a hydrogen, then you go minus the number of electrons, there aren't any, then minus the number of bonds, there's 1, so it's 0. So this is a neutral hydrogen, this is a neutral hydrogen, this is a neutral hydrogen. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 equals 1, which is the formal charge of the overall compound. So yeah, the answer is plus 1, and that corresponds to answer choice, answer choice 4 on your test.